Well, hello, welcome everybody from no matter where you are in the world. I hope you find yourself healthy and safe and enjoying either the cold weather in the northern hemisphere or the nice summer that we're going into in the southern hemisphere. No matter where we are in the world, we're heading for Christmas. How fantastic. I think I worked out it's about 40 days to Christmas, maybe 39. Now that's kind of scary. But welcome to this webinar, no matter where you are. I would like to let you know that please, or request that you turn your phones off, as in the video, so that we don't disturb our speakers. Today or this afternoon, we are going to go through an amazing opportunity and also a health breakthrough that is changing the way we look at health nowadays. We have a very first speaker. His name is Stevie Aquilina, and he is an amazing leader in ASEA. 5.5 years ago, or a little bit more perhaps, he and his wife made this amazing decision to join the ASEA journey. And they have not looked back since. They live in Queensland, in Australia, Queensland, and they have 4 children. One of them, as we heard us speak, he just turned 13. So he's back in, 13 years. So he's a teenager. So Stevie and his family are very focused on helping people and being a force for good in the world. And all they want to do is get this breakthrough, share this amazing health breakthrough with you and everybody out there in the world. Stevie has got a wealth of experience. He's very well sought as the speaker in the ASEA world, and we are very, very blessed to have him present today. So Stevie, with much further ado, please come on in.
Thank you very much, Maria. I appreciate you having me here. Appreciate you looking after me. And I appreciate how good and sincere your heart is in the mission of this company, which is to better people's lives, to be a force for good in the world. So I'm very grateful to get to work shoulder to shoulder, heart to heart with you, actually. And yeah, thank you for looking after me and all the people that you do, not just in this country, but around the world. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here with us today. Your time is extremely valuable to me. I intend not to waste it. Because if you had paid me money and you didn't like what I had to say, I'll just give you your money back, but I cannot refund your time. So I'm very, very grateful you've decided to spend that with me. And I'm not sure actually I don't know if Maria mentioned it in this particular introduction, but yeah, I didn't give myself the best head start in life. I was a teenage runaway and a high school dropout and a long story after that. So, once upon a time I was, very financially broke and I was kind of breaking spiritually, and then becoming a family man was great, but it was very difficult for me because with not such a great start in life, I was spending a long time getting my life on track. And so I had a house full of broken promises, unfortunately too, which I was very ashamed about, but thanks to this very significant opportunity, thanks to my best mate, Dan Doyle, that you're going to hear from a little bit today, just having enough care to pick up the phone and give me a call and tell me about this. Today I get to heal and I get to help people heal and help them in very significant ways, physically, financially and metaphysically. And I get rewarded in those ways too, very significantly. So today, instead of being financially broke, we have a residual and leveraged income that pays every single week, even when I don't work. And instead of sort of coming undone spiritually a little bit, I'm filled with a great sense of belief and a great opportunity, a great welcoming and a great sense of belonging. And I have the ability to become more every day. And that's what I've done for the last, few decades of my life, but especially in the last 6 years with this company, it's been able to take me leaps and bounds in ways that were unrealized before. And instead of making instead of breaking promises to my family, we've been able to keep them, make new ones, in fact, and keep them too. And feel very blessed to have the income and the time to be able to enjoy a really good lifestyle and have freedom that was hard to even imagine before. It's not that we didn't know it existed. It looked too difficult for me to obtain. And so that's kind of where we came from, where we are now. And everyone has a different story, how they came into this. This is mine. You might have a different one, or perhaps you'll relate to mine. But what I hope to do at the very least is share this information with you and connect with you in a significant way. I believe it will. And then I hope that we'll be able to get out there and bring it to all the other people in your life that are significant to you too. And so what I'll be sharing with you is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Now, medical experts say this is a very big breakthrough, greater than the discovery of DNA, greater than the discovery of penicillin. And this is an exciting and entirely new frontier in science that for 2 decades, science had declared was impossible. A breakthrough with enormous potential, proven by renowned universities, world-leading laboratory, medical studies. This is a very advanced breakthrough. It's 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals or challenges you can think of, remarkable results. And drug companies wanted it shut down. I actually don't think they wanted you to know about it, but more about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's get absolutely clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. This is not a drug, vitamin, not minerals, and not antioxidants. There's not secret herbs, spices, exotic berries, fancy juices, super shakes, essential oils, magic magnets, alkaline waters, electrolyte waters, laser lights, roofs, magical 5,000-year-old tree, lotions, potions, gadgets, CBD oils, or any of that other good stuff that's already out there. What we'll be talking about instead goes well beyond nutrition, well beyond any type of ingredients you already know about. This truly is a groundbreaking and category-creating healthcare breakthrough. The ASEA Redox cell signaling technology is a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Redox signaling molecules are made by your cells. So they're in your body. They are native to your body. They are the cellular messengers that affect cell-to-cell communication and genetic expressions in a positive way. Redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself by allowing your cells to detect and protect healthy cells, detect and repair unhealthy cells, and detect and replace damaged cells. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Why is this so important? Because we are all made of cells. We live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells, healthy body, healthy life. Redox signaling molecules are the keys to life. They are essential for the activation and function of our normal physiology. All of our major systems, biochemical and physiological, all of our processes in our body critically depend on redox signaling. Critically, because if all of our cells, if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. So if they're in our body already, if our body already makes them, the question is, why should we supplement them? When we're born, we make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's true. And that's also generally why children have so much energy and how they can run around all day and not wake up sore the next, and how they're able to bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, along with stress, poor diet, toxins, all sorts of other environmental assaults, our cells break down and our body's ability to make redox molecules declines daily. Without as many redox signaling molecules giving clear cell signals, our whole cellular protection and healing process becomes slow and sluggish. As such, our cells break down even more. And so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. ASEA takes science seriously, and so doesn't do any scientific studies themselves. Instead, ASEA is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories, allowing these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA redox signaling supplementation, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA redox products and certifying them as safe and effective in everybody. ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science. Redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these 3 professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of redox signaling molecules, there have now since been multiple Nobel Prizes awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published in the National Library of Medicine here, and if you typed in redox signaling in the search bar, you would see well over 33,000 results. And this is a very difficult part of my presentation to keep up with. Look, there's more than 150 studies coming out almost every single month. There are over 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling molecules. So according to medical researchers, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. There are now multiple universities who've received tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and world redox congresses being held about redox. Medical doctors, they're specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and a title that includes Director of Redox Medicine, and ASEA is already light years ahead. ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits. Now that translates to health at its most foundational level. Here's just one example. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect the genes that improve our immune system health, that help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, that help maintain cardiovascular health and support our arterial elasticity, improves our gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulates our hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, these genes are key in the health of every individual, and they play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. On top of that, ASEA redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. Now, the head professor of this university study has come out saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on what he called disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. Why is that significant? All degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, 0% toxicity. Doctors say there's nothing safer that they could recommend to their patients. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger and or healthier. And so if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care for who do, if you have a wish that you could look, live and feel young again, if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, greater athleticism, better in your sport, bigger and stronger in the gym, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But you don't need to just take my word for it. Here are some medical doctors. Let's listen to what they have to say now.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants, and the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries. But now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies. And this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. That's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of redox technologies. They are Renew 28, Redox Gel, and our intensive redox serum. Now, these redox technology products are supported and enhanced by their complementary all natural ingredients products, our gentle refining cleanser and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let's just show you what our ASEA Renew Advanced technologies are worth with these amazing health, anti-aging and age reversing results. And you're going to see lines and wrinkles being smoothed out, elasticity coming back to the skin, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin being renewed. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions are coming back to the proper surface of the skin. This is Rosie. The dramatic difference you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left couldn't be seen by Rosie because she didn't believe that the products were doing anything. She didn't take those pictures. She went back to her doctor, that's who told Rosie about ASEA and also who took those pictures. And so Rosie told him that the products didn't work, they weren't doing anything. And the doctor showed her the pictures. And the rest of the story can be seen here, right? When starting ASEA, everyone wants to see how it goes. But Rosie missed the moment by moment, day by day, week by week changes. And you may too, by not taking pictures, because that's how we see how it goes. So take pictures, and for anything you can't take a picture of, keep a written record instead. Before your ASEA arrives, list everything about your health, your energy, stress, sleep, digestion, mental focus, muscle and joint comfort, endurance, workout recovery, any other specific aspects of your health you want to track, and give it a score on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very good. And do this after 7, 30, 60, 90 days, and so on. Now, some people notice results early, like Rosie, in 7 weeks, others in 7 days. Most people can have an experience in around 7 minutes. However, some people need to apply more product, more time, more patience, generally when there's more going on with their health. What we know scientifically is that redox molecules are redox molecules. They're the same in you as they are in me, as they are in animals, as they are in plants, as they are in bottles of ASEA and Renew 28. And the intensive redox serum for that matter. Now, studies show that ASEA redox products have an immediate positive effect. The studies show that. They work on every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for redox to not work in you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. This is Dr. Marty Morin. He decided to do a scientific experiment on his very own face and use Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. See if you can spot the difference very quickly. I like to thank Dr. Morin every time I bring this up, because if you are spotting the difference, you can see how weird it looks now. And so he walked around like a weirdo for 28 days just to prove how effective Renew 28 is where you use it versus where you don't. Not just for the face, arms, hands. There's a lady's belly, 3 children she'd had. Now, these pictures right here are from a study performed by a very renowned and world-leading laboratory. This scientific organization did this study because there were lots of reports coming in from all over the world where people were seeing their cellulite disappear, and they were attributing it to the time that they'd been using Renew 28. So scientists set upon double-blind, placebo-controlled clinical trials to see if there was any truth to these stories. What they found was that after 12 weeks, there was in fact a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And so the scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover how this was happening. And they saw the fat, the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite, was actually being dissolved post the use of Renew 28. Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite, wrinkles, enhancing skin texture and smoothing the skin, supporting surface skin cell renewal for visibly younger looking skin and actual healthier skin too. Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after things perhaps such as shaving, sun exposure, things like that. Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body. You can know in about 10 minutes if this works. You can have an experience. If you have some discomfort around your body, for example, neck, shoulder, elbow, hand, fingers, back, hip, knees, ankles, anywhere, rate that discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being maximum discomfort. Apply the Renew 28 on that point of discomfort 3 times in 5 minutes. And usually 9 to 10 out of 10 people, 9 to 10 out of every 10 will notice a soothing or reduction of discomfort within approximately 5 to 10 minutes. Now, nothing that I've said here has been intended to diagnose anything that you're experiencing. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. If it's all right with you, Maria, I'll hand back to you very quickly because I would love to hear from our special guest today.
Absolutely. Thanks, Stevie. I appreciate you putting me through. Now, our next speaker is an amazing human being. Dan Doyle has built and sold a wide range of traditional business all his life, and it was extremely successful and financially secure. Today, Dan and Suzanne live in Honolulu, Hawaii, and he's achieved number 3 in the ASEA world. He's an ASEA Triple Diamond Ambassador. Dan has also a wealth of experience in building businesses all over the world, and is a global authority on the Redox technology and cellular health, as well as an international speaker and entrepreneur. His mission is to get this life-changing health breakthrough to the world, to you. However, that was not always the way. I heard somebody say once that courage and heart is often measured by how you face that challenge and how quickly you overcome it. Let's listen now to his story and find out how. Welcome, Dan. Really appreciate your time. And let's hear how you changed your life and your vision that you have for not only ASEA, but also for humanity.
Thank you, Maria. I just teased everybody there with my first photo. Thanks for having us, and thanks, Stevie, for your presentation. I think everybody on the call that hasn't seen this is starting to get an idea of the enormity of this breakthrough. I'm here just to share my story with everybody. It's a high impact story. And as I said, people who are on this call and seeing it for the first time, you guys have been handed an incredible gift. Whatever you do with that gift is totally up to you. We're just here simply to share information. We don't sell anything. We don't sell, we tell. So hopefully we can inform you to make a decision whether you want to open up that gift or not. As Stevie said, just to reiterate before I go into my story, these products are not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. But cheekily, we say that with long-term use of these products, and sometimes even short-term use, these products are a cure skepticism. So let's get into my story, and then we'll get back to Stevie to wrap up the presentation. So I grew up in Sydney, Australia, now based here with my wife, Susie, in Honolulu, Hawaii, having an incredible, relaxing time here, away from the craziness of the world. We have got the ability, thanks to the business model behind this, which Stevie is going to go into to be anywhere we want, to do what we want, whenever we want to do it. But it's been a rough journey to here today, I can tell you. So growing up in Sydney, Australia, I played many sports. I did judo, gymnastics, played rugby, a lot of surfing, aerobics, and this sport called bodybuilding, which I got into when I got into the health and fitness industry as an entrepreneur. So I had my own gym back in these days. I was a personal trainer. Used to train many people for many different sports, had multiple businesses in the health and fitness industry. And as I said, this is the start of me being a young entrepreneur. Now, fast forward 20 years, employing 3,500 people over that period of time, going from here at the age of 24 to the age 44. Here at 44, I wasn't a bodybuilder anymore, but I still used to go to the gym every morning, look after my health. And I just wanted to be the best version of a 50-year-old that I could be when I got there 6 years after this photo. But unfortunately, something came along which I didn't expect, and that was to lose my health 6 months after this photo was taken. In 2011, the doctors gave me some very bad news. This is a photo of me on the right-hand side where he told me I didn't have one, but two major health challenges. I was straight into hospital. They did things to me in that hospital over 2.5 years that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I lost all my hair from the top of my head to my toes. This is a very fake smile. I was with a hero of mine, Johnny Manor, who played the highest levels of rugby in Australia. Lovely young man. He'd been through all those hospital visits that I had been through. He'd gone into remission at the age of 21. His health was great. He was at the top of his game again, playing rugby. After this photo, his issue came back. He went back into hospital. He started losing weight, starting losing his hair again. He never came out, unfortunately. We lost him at the age of 23 years old. At the end of my 2.5 years, my doctors told me to get my affairs in order. Prognosis was not good at all. And I made a decision at that point to take the responsibility of my health back into my own hands, which I recommend everybody does anyway. And but it took me to go through this situation to do that. So I did some research, and I wanted to get my body heading in the right direction through nutrition and through an alkaline diet, many products from different companies around the world, nutritional supplements, super juices, antioxidants, alkaline water. And this next photo is a photo of me 2 years looking after myself. You can tell I'm not looking well. My blood works were heading in the wrong direction still. My health was heading in the wrong direction, and I was still in a lot of trouble with my health. This is 2014 now. A friend of mine reached out and he said, I think I found something that can help. Long story short, I flew to Salt Lake City in Utah from Sydney. And I started on the ASEA Redox cell signaling supplement. So I started consuming these Redox cell signaling molecules. And in 3 hours, my body was detoxing so fast, I had little red spots all over my upper torso. Toxins were coming out of my skin. Now, I had a caffeine intolerance for 20 years. Any more than 2 coffees, I'm buckled over in discomfort the whole day. And I can tell you the next morning, having 6 coffees, I went through the whole day. There was nothing to remind me of what I endured for a whole 20 years. The next day is when the light bulb went on. Now, I'd so much lung damage from what they put me through in that hospital, I had trouble breathing and talking at the same time. My lungs were functioning perfect the next day within 48 to 72 hours taking this product. I went back to Australia. Do you think I kept drinking this product with having those results in a short period of time? Absolutely. The only unfortunate thing was I could only afford the maintenance amount of the product because we came from being very successful in traditional business to losing everything financially when I lost my health. Over a 12-month period, I ended up financially being able to take more product. And 12 months after this photo, after starting on the product, the doctors gave me some very good news in 2015, told me no sign of those 2 major health challenges. As a matter of fact, multiple injuries from playing sports had gone away, which was turning into those terrible problems people get as they get older. And also 20 years of pollen problems, sneezing, runny nose. So there was all those issues as well as those 2 major health challenges, which, mind you, came from using that weed killer Roundup from Monsanto. That's a little hint for you with what I had. Let's fast forward after 1 year to 3 years on the product. Have a look at the anti-aging. Have a look at my skin and how I look. I always like to go back to 2014. And, you know, when we're doing presentations in front of literally hundreds of people in a room, we can literally tell who's on the product and who's not on the product. I wasn't on the product here. So what you're seeing on the outside is a reflection of what's happening on the inside. And if you fast forward 12 months with me looking better and fresher, it's still a reflection of what was going on at the inside at that time. But 3 years on the product, everything reversing, bringing anti-aging, you know, to a halt, really slowing it down. My complexion is a reflection of what was happening on the inside at that time as well. So that's my my story, my journey back to health, back to younger and feeling younger. As a byproduct of losing my health, I started sharing ASEA with people after 5 months. Biggest regret I've had in my life, really waiting that long to share this incredible breakthrough with people, because at the end of the day, it's scientifically impossible not to work. The reason why somebody gets sick in the first place is because their own production of Redox didn't detect the problem. And that's what happened with me. And by the time that symptom, that little lump that I found underneath my left rib, by the time that came to the surface, it was many years later. Anybody with any issue, these things take 5, 10, 15, 20 years. So my own production of Redox, unfortunately, is trying to keep every cell working at optimal level, and it's not enough production to get to the problem. So I didn't share this as soon as I wanted to. I was selfish. I was keeping this to myself. But after 5 months, I started doing that. And I say that the business model, the ASEA business model behind the breakthrough saved my life, because if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for sharing this with people, receiving thank you checks for helping people, I wouldn't have had the money to invest back into my own health. And, you know, that's where everything came together for me physically, but financially, you know, we got to a substantial position within this business within 12 months and number 3 in the world in the first 3 years. It's been an amazing ride. I sit on the Global Advisory Council for the company now. And, you know, it's been, yeah, I mean, if I look back 6 years with no health and literally lost everything financially, I would have never, ever expected, dreamt of, imagined the position that we could be in now. And for me, success comes from helping others. If I can help anybody to achieve, first and foremost, their health, take them back to blueprint, help them off anything that they are taking which isn't doing them any good, or take them to anywhere they want to go financially, that is my success these days. These owners have left this as a legacy to humanity, and I've always wanted or looked for, especially through traditional business, a business model or something that I could, my legacy to be remembered by. I've never been able to do that until now with this incredible business model. And Stevie and Maria are doing the same. Incredible leaders in this business that are really leading the way and you know, taking the reins to make sure that they have a massive positive impact on the world as well. And with that, I'll hand back to Stevie just to go through what this can do for you as far as an opportunity, and how this can help you and your friends financially with potentially creating generational wealth. Thanks, mate.
Thanks very much, Dan. Appreciate you greatly. All right, folks, with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough. And so that has created a life-changing opportunity. And it is being delivered through a life-changing culture, a life-changing ethos. And so there's a very big opportunity behind all of this, and that is to make a living while bettering people's lives. ASEA is the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for 2 simple reasons. For nearly 3 decades now, no one other than one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, medical atomic physicist, has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. In fact, for the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible. And 2, ASEA is heavily patented. But not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied, it can't be, because there's no way to look into a bottle of ASEA and reverse engineer it, because there are trade secrets in making ASEA. So it can't be copied. That means we have no copycats, and that means we have no competition. No one in the world has what ASEA has. No one. And no other products in the world can do what ASEA does. None of them. Because there's nothing else that can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can. Because Redox works on everybody. Everybody needs Redox because nothing in the body works as well or at all without Redox. And Redox can't hurt anybody. So ASEA holds massive opportunities across all health science sectors: healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. These are multi-trillion-dollar industries. And again, ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a Redox supplement from. ASEA is an entrepreneur's dream. Our mission here at ASEA is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We want to help a lot of people, and we can't do that on our own. And so we look for people to help spread the word. ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing Redox with others. So for people looking for an extra or a part-time or a full-time, maybe a big time, or a legacy leaving income for generation of loved ones. For people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle. There are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambitions. To be able to afford making your dreams a reality, ASEA helps you to create income that is both residual and leveraged. You receive a residual income not only from the first purchase, but also from all of the repeated purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA. And because you can refer as many people as you like, the residual income potential is unlimited. And on top, you can also receive unlimited leveraged residual income from all of the repeated purchases made by every single person your contacts and others also refer. And there's no limits to how far and wide these referrals can go. Just like when you recommend a good movie, TV series, restaurant, cafe, book, or whatever, people tell people who naturally tell other people, who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. Word of mouth marketing is the most ancient and still today, #1, most powerful and effective form of marketing in the world. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide. ASEA is currently in 35 countries and they're opening up new markets every year. And based on the existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. Residual income is impressive, but what I'd like to talk about for a moment is why residual income is so important. You have residual bills. Why not residual income? Do you have any idea what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Out of every 100 people, by the time they're 65, only 1 is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 must still work to survive at 65. Not working because they want to, working because they have to. Being a slave for the dollar. And 74 out of every 100 people, by the time they're 65, are dependent on welfare. So what is going wrong? What is one of the main financial principles that the top 4% seem to have figured out that the other 81% didn't? It's how to make money that is no longer dependent on their paid by the hour, selling their time for money job or own activity. This is known as active income. Sooner or later, and I pray it's not sooner than you expect, but you won't be able to be as active as you are now. Therefore, you won't be able to have as much active income as you have now. And this may even be more concerning if you're thinking to yourself, well, my active income isn't enough as it is already. Look, this is one of the biggest problems 81% of people get trapped in. And money is an excellent servant. You can do a lot of good things with money. You can affect a lot of good change in the world with money. But it's a terrible master if you must work to get it to survive. And if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll be a slave for money until you die. I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a good place to start, necessary for most of us. And if you love your job, if you truly love it, you're blessed. Keep it. But still, you're going to want to find a way to make money outside of your job, because only relying on a single source of active income is not smart and dangerous to your financial security. So for people who are smart, for people who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, who are able to recognize a good thing when it's coming their way, who decide to take control of their finances, of their freedom. For people who aren't happy with the amount of money they have now, or if they're not happy with how they have to make it. For people who have dreams and want a better life. ASEA is a significant opportunity to be paid a significant residual income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion, to afford you those dreams and give you that real freedom. This is a significant opportunity. There's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's what it's all about. And that's what you get to do with ASEA. Who we become and what we do is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. Now, you can make really great money here, that's for sure. And making money in our society is important for survival, right? It's not everything, but everything does cost money. And look, you can even be rewarded with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world and have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences and a great lifestyle. And yeah, make a great income. But really, at the end of the day, it's the effect we have on others that is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of ASEA. And it was demonstrated here. Because the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research, clinical studies proving ASEA, those big drug companies offered to pay huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, they wanted ASEA to shut down and they wanted everyone taken off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA here, Virtus and his son Tyler, Virtus and Tyler Norton, they had the great foresight to see grave concerns and consequences in such a deal. Because Virtus and Tyler saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless, to then experiencing life-changing power from Redox, just like Dan got to. And when they saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so they just couldn't in good conscience sell out. And so they didn't. They said no to the payout and yes to the people. What had once started as just a very big business play had now become more. The ASEA founders turned down that huge sum of money from big pharmaceutical companies, deciding to go the supplement route rather than the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to you, to me, to everyone without a prescription. One of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated in this very important decision, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make, and that is to always put people and principles before ego and economics. The ASEA founders and corporate team come from very big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. They are exceptionally experienced. They've come from running very big, very profitable, famous, household name companies. But their corporate soul revolves around putting people first, having an impact, making a difference, being a force for good in the world. So you are in very good hands. I invite you to get back with the person who shared this with you. Let them know what you've seen. Let them know what stood out to you the most. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers. There's plenty of university studies, but most importantly, there's hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing redox experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. Do you want to be happier and healthier? Do you want to live younger, longer? Do you want to become an ASEA customer then? We welcome you. But do you want to help people be happier and healthier? Do you have dreams? Do you have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle? Do you want to increase the prosperity of the planet? Do you want to make a difference in the world? Do you want to become more? Do you want to be able to do more, give more, have more? Become part of this Redox reality, and you can become more. You can. You can. If you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, it's very easy. Just invite more people here next time, or share a video, or send them to a website. If you just pass this on for many, many others, you will better the lives. You will better the lives of many, many others. And your life, as a byproduct of that, will become better in many, many ways. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy. May you always be well. And thank you so much, Dan, and thank you, Maria.
Thank you, Stevie. Thank you so very much. I've got to tell you, you sharing the story from your own heart in your own space is just so beautiful. You know, I honor that, and thank you so much for your honesty, your passion for life, you know, and for aligning yourself with a seer and making the decision to be a force for good in the world. We're just so grateful for taking the time to share today how the health system works and what it can do for so many people. What I really would like to say is also point something out that's very powerful. If Dan had not taken the responsibility of his health into his hand, you and I and nobody else would be just here. We wouldn't be here. So Dan, for that one simple decision and many others that you have made to help yourself and those around you, your loved ones and us, thank you for making that incredible decision. And we love you, we really respect you, and we're so grateful that you're in our lives. So thank you so much for your time. And to everybody that's here today that took time out, the afternoon, morning or evening, to listen to this wonderful information, we thank you. We thank you because there's a great opportunity here, not only just to help yourself and help your health, but also to share this amazing breakthrough with the world. So thank you so very much. Can we please stop the recording and we'll unmute you?